Hey guys, Tyler here with HPHI. We've been asked quite a bit on Facebook and via email, what exactly do you guys do? And what I'm going to attempt to do in this video is essentially share my screen and show you guys what a typical workflow looks like for a client that or a member that comes into the clinic. I'm not going to cover the actual clinic and what we do from a convenience-based medicine standpoint in this video. I'll cover that later. What this one is going to entail is essentially how we take each client and we meet them where they are. And so what you'll see is this is how we're planning to, flip the healthcare game on its head, because we're actually looking at the lifestyle of the patient, and then we're incorporating the whole convenience-based concierge medicine into that. But essentially, we're more about lifestyle coaching and meeting those clients exactly where they are, and then sort of moving them to where they ought to be. And that's what you'll see in this video. This is, a very quick version of a 10,000 foot view of how we, how exactly we do that. So let's take a look. All right, guys. So what we're looking at is the typical workflow for a client that seeks out our services. So a client finds us on Facebook, internet, phone call, referral, and essentially we have them fill out a health history questionnaire. So we're going to want to know everything that deals with health, their health history up until this point. And what we're going to find out are three primary things. So we want to know, what are your symptoms? So why did you come to our clinic? What are you seeking to do? Prevent, heal, whatever it is. And then we want to know, what are you currently doing about that? What are your medications? What other healing modalities have you tried? What's failed? What's worked? We want to know all that. The other thing is lifestyle. So what's your diet look like? What are you eating? When? Why? How are you sleeping? How are you measuring that? What are you doing with those measurements? Is it just how you feel? As far as exercise, what type of exercise, how much, how often, what are you looking at with that, heart rate, HRV, and then we have hydration. So essentially, how much water are you drinking, alcohol intake. It's not necessarily a deal breaker. A lot of our clients still drink alcohol. It's just what type, how often, what are you eating with it, and then stress. We all deal with that, but to what degree? So we can measure this as well. This is not only subjective, but we can do an objective measurement with HRV. So essentially we take the lifestyle and the symptoms, and then we want to ask you, where are we going? So what goals, ultimate goals, what's the goals for next month, next 3 months? We need to know where we're going, because that's how we're going to coach and or guide you. So from there, we create a plan, and then that plan is going to consist of maybe certain supplements or nutrient timing. So what foods at what times, real simple. So the whole plan is created around a least effective dose approach. What that means is, what's the smallest amount you can do to receive the maximum benefit. Then if there's some lab work we need to do, we'll suggest it. It's not always necessary. Sometimes just making the lifestyle changes will get us in a direction that we need to go. But sometimes some people need a little bit of encouragement. So if they do some lab work and they see that, it's less than ideal, then they, it might motivate them or encourage them to get moving in the right direction. And then sort of the, our bread and butter is the daily monitoring. So this is pretty crucial. We all know that, just telling someone what to do and what the plan is usually doesn't work. Information's, it's rarely enough to change behavior. So it's important for you to understand that as a client or a patient, because you already know a thing or two. You likely have a few ideas as to what you should be doing. I mean, we all know we should eat a clean diet, move your body, sleep 7 to 8 hours a night, manage your stress. We've all been told this. We see it on the social media, Facebook. Your loved ones tell you this all the time, and a number of other sources. But that doesn't do anything to actually help you incorporate that. And it's not because people don't know what to do. It's because they don't know how to do it. So usually what you'll see in the medical space is, medical professionals assume that if the patients don't follow their advice, it's because they're either lazy or they don't understand or they're just flat out non-compliant. But majority of cases, that's not true. And so what we do is essentially we're going to see daily what are some of the roadblocks that are getting in your way. And so this is where that continued adjustment towards the goal comes in, because we all go through different seasons of our lives. Our kids grow, we change jobs, we have different health goals, things, happen that's out of our control. So we essentially monitor daily, weekly, monthly. We want to know what's getting in the way, and we listen to what the clients say, and from there we just continue tweaking the plan. There is no here's your exercise plan, here's your diet plan. If you need some kind of guidance, we do offer that, in the form of like a handout or a PDF or certain articles, whatever can help. But we don't have a recipe for what we do. Essentially, this is more or less a dumbed down version of the recipe. We don't believe that there's a one size fits all approach, and we're not about the recipe. We're about creating better chefs. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'll have some more videos coming up to explain to you guys a little more in depth based on questions or feedback, but this is it. This is how we do it. We don't just give the advice or run lab work and just give a supplement and say call back in a month. We're looking at daily interventions through text, through email, through software, whatever it is. We basically serve as an advocacy from the lifestyle coaching perspective.